Hello YouTube, this is Nan with Nan Went Stamping, and today we are going to be making a shadow box card. I looked at so many videos on YouTube about shadow box cards, and I just knew, like, seriously, I have to make this. Seriously have to make this. So that's what we're going to make today. Super easy, and it looks, you know, pretty impressive actually. I really impressed some people with this one. So we're going to make this card today, and I'm excited. So to start off, what we're going to do is I have cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock at 4 1/4 to make 2 equal pieces of paper, so that they come out to be about 4 1/4 by 11. So what we're going to do first is we're going to score these. Get my scoreboard out, and we're going to score these. So the first one we're going to score at 5 1/2 to make our card base. Now when I first made the first card, I couldn't find my really good cardstock. I don't know what happened to it. I looked everywhere. So this cardstock is actually way thinner than you probably want. I don't even know where I got this cardstock from. It stinks, and I'm probably just going to throw it away or give it to my nephew. So this one, much thicker, and that's what you want. And then you're also, which I didn't do on this yet, is you're going to take a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch off of the side. So I got to do that really quick. So I just took a 1/2 inch off of this, and then this is Whisper White cardstock from Stampin' Up. Awesome cardstock, really good for bases. So 1/2 inch is off the back, okay? Then the second piece, we're going to do a little bit more scoring on this one, and we're going to score at a 1/2 inch over here. And a tip is you don't want to try to like do it really hard at first. Just do it a couple of times to get a really nice crease in there. Then we're going to do 5 1/2, 5 1/2, and then we're going to do 6, okay? Now before I crease these edges, what you want to do on the 1/2 inch side, you're going to cut your, what the English would call an aperture, or your window if we're in America. So I have no idea what size this circle is. I just have a bunch of die cuts or dies that are a bunch of circles, nesting circles, but we must know it's about 3 1/2 across, roughly. So you're going to want to put it in the center, or put it wherever you like actually. I'm aiming for as close to the center as possible. That's probably about good. And I'm going to use my washi tape, and I'm going to, so it doesn't rip my paper, I put it on the back of my hand so it's a little less sticky. We're going to die cut this sucker out. Electric die cutting machine over here. Okay, so I'll just cut that out really quick. So we have our aperture, or our window. So how's everybody's week going so far? I'm planning to post this on Thursday. My week is super busy. I have a doctor's appointment every day except Monday. I have a lot of testing going on, and I'm not too thrilled about that, other than I'm getting a sleep study at the end of the week, and I'm just really, I had one before. I didn't sleep at all. I don't even know how they got any information about anything because I didn't sleep, and I gotta get another one. So what's that? Okay. My little gold pieces here. Alright, so the first thing I think we're going to do, which I did not get a block out, I gotta get a block, but so you can cut, if you want, a piece of cardstock to go in the back of this and decorate it and do all that fancy stuff. But I don't see the point. It's white card, I'm not doing anything fabulous, and we're going to make our own paper. So I got my little clear block. And the stamp set and die set I'm using today. So the die sets is the Sweet Cake Framelits. And I love this set. I think it's really pretty. But it comes with your cake stand, thing to cut out your cakes and your flowers. And then the stamp set is the Cake Soirree, and it's Soirée. And it's a 2-piece set. So that's what we're using today. And so we're going to make our own background paper. And I'm just going to take the 2 flowers from this one. And I am going to make my own paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Me Clover, Pineapple Punch, some Grapefruit Grove, and some Blueberry Bushel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the solid one first. And there's no rhyme or reason to this. You're just making your own paper however you like. And actually, I think I'm going to do maybe add another different type of flower in here too. Oopa! That's nuts. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get a sheet of paper since that screwed up and fell. So, wait a second. Wait a second. It's gonna be covered. We're good. Let's just not drop anything else more on that, right? Oh, dude. Let's see if we can get this to stick better. Okay. And then you also want to stamp off a piece of scratch paper here. Maybe I don't need to do that because remember the circle, it's gonna, what's the word, gonna close off. So just keep that in mind too while you're doing this, so you're aware. So that was Blueberry Bushel. I'm just cleaning that off. And we're gonna use the outline one. And I wanna make Grapefruit Grove, the kind of the center point, the main color of this card. So add some of this. Maybe one there. Maybe one in here. Cool. I like that. And then I didn't add, but I want to add some yellow and pick up one of the other flowers in the stamp set. So we're going to add to it. Take this yellow Pineapple Punch, and we are going to I'll put these ones back. And I think I like this one the best. It's either between that one or that one, so I think we're going to go with the outline one. I'm just going to add a couple of these kind of in and around where, let's go this way. And the cake's going to be right there, so we'll add one there. I don't even know if that's going to show up, but we'll add it there. Okay, and then we want to add the leaf. So I did the solid leaf, which was out of this container here. We're going to do the Call Me Clover, which I love this color. So I guess this one, and we're just going to add not a ton of leaves, but you know, some foliage around. spit it up. So add a leaf here. And one, maybe, I don't even know if this is going to show, but we'll add one here. You know what I should have done, help me, is take a light pencil line and outline the circle, but I didn't do that, so. To do with what we got, right? Okay, I think that's good. So we're not getting ink everywhere. Okay. Clean this up, clean this up. All right, so we're gonna set this to the side and we're gonna work on our pieces next. And I already die cut and stamped them out just to make the video a little bit faster. So I cut out the cake with the stamp set and the die cut, and then I just stamped the presents for the front. We'll do the present part first, I think, and then we'll watercolor. So I heat embossed on it hat. May your day be as wonderful as you. Happy birthday. Okay, so we're going to take our super sticky ink and we're going to put the sentiments onto the card. So we got our Versamark here. And we're just going to ink up our stamp. And then we're going to just place this, almost forgot, we need our little insurance here to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't end up where we don't want it. Okay, so now we can put this on there. Set that down, make sure I get it good. Set it up, and you're gonna get your scrap paper. Scratch paper. You're gonna generously apply your embossing powder. So flip it over, flick it. Ta-da! So put this away, and then so when I heat emboss, because you can burn your paper, what I like to do is get the heat gun hot, and then I will heat the back first, warm it up, and then I will heat the front. You don't want to be like waving like a crazy maniac. You want to just kind of set it on the letters. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So I'm turning it on the beast. Perfect. And it also helps prevent it because it will warp a little bit. So if you always have the heat on the front, it's going to warp funny. And this is really thin paper. This is some scratch in my stash that I just found that I didn't know I had. So on to coloring now. So here's the thing. I did not use watercolor paper. I could not find my thinner watercolor paper, so I did not use my watercolor paper. So I'm telling you this is you can color, but you can't oversaturate. It's the biggest thing, okay? So you can watercolor on non-watercolor paper as long as you don't oversaturate. So super, super important. You also want to make sure that you use Stazon or archival ink so it doesn't smear, so the ink part doesn't smear. I'm just getting my ink on the here, and you're going to take your water pen. It's got water in the chamber, some bristles. Since I don't want it too wet, these are damp, but it's not saturated because we're not using watercolor paper. And all you're going to do is pick up some of the color, and I don't remember how I colored the last one, so we're just going to go for it. That, and I added I added the blue, which was the new thing. I'm just gonna add some yellow. That's all for the flower part, so we're going to do Call Me Clover next. Take the Call Me Clover, and we're going to do the leaves. And then we should be good to go. I like this green, it's so pretty. See, I'm not even going in the lines, I don't think. But I'm not worrying about it. I'm not stressing. Seriously, not stressing. One, I can't see that great today, and two, it is what it is. Such is life. I think that's supposed to be more orange in here. I have to do that. Oh, I love these. I love this color combo together. It's so pretty. So pretty. So, you know, Stampin' Up! Sells all kinds of Stampin' Right markers and blending markers, and they're all fun. I love using alcohol markers, one of my favorite things. But if you can't afford right now, or you're just building your collection, or you're on a nasty budget, we all hate that word, right? You can do this. Just get a water pen and your existing inks, as long as they're water-based, and you can, you know, have a blast coloring. It looks fantastic, and you know, you've just doubled your supplies, which, if you're on the budget, that's important. I've seen a few things I gotta fix up here, but we'll do that in a second. So if I was using watercolor paper, I could really saturate the color and it would be lighter green. I can use less water and it's darker green. So it's totally up to you. But yeah, it's easy. So like my sister, single mom, she's got some house stuff going on too. And she doesn't have a lot of money, but she likes to craft. So she was asking me what to do because I'm a crafting expert. And I said, hey, you know what? Get some inks, because you need ink colors, and get a watercolor pen, water brush pen, and go from there. It works out good. I think this was the other part in here. Yeah, I'll just do that. So, you know, I mean, if you have the money and you have the budget, get some alcohol markers. Seriously, people. I love them. You can do so many cool things with it and everything, but if you don't, I mean, make your money work for you. Right? Okay, so actually I am in love with this with the blue. I don't know why I didn't use the blue before, but I am liking the blue. Really, truly. Just pops. Okay, so then we're going to assemble the card. Or at least get the cake part up and going. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, just a second, I gotta, okay, so the original card, I had some scraps in my stash of some glitter card, and it was pretty and everything. And like I said, I'm having a day today, I'm pretty confused today, and I tried cutting it out of my die cut machine with the leftover that I had for a long while, and it didn't happen. So I have some gold Miri card that was in my stash, and we're going to use that. So these are part of the die cuts. It makes a cute little cake stand. It's quite adorable. We're using art glitter glue. It's dries clear art glitter glue because it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Works really well. Let's just put a glob on the end. There's the glue. It's the best glue ever. And you just put the stand where you think you want it. Okay. Then, which takes a minute to dry. You gotta let it dry first. No worries, it's gonna dry clear. I'm gonna hold that for a second. I forgot to get my dimensionals out. So we're gonna need some dimensionals for this, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so that's pretty much good. I'm gonna get our dimensionals. And I'm just gonna fill up. I use all of my dimensionals, sides, corners, whatever. Get the most money for your buck. I'm gonna put some dimensionals on this guy too. Okay. Oops. So I'm gonna push this over. Now, like I said, you could do this on a another piece of paper, but I figured, why not? So, sorry my head's in the way, but you want to like figure out roughly, and I want the cake to show more, so we're going to kind of put that there, I think will look good. Take these off. And we're going to put the cake piece on it. So then you have something that looks like that. And you've got your own little like pattern paper in the background, which is really pretty. My mess up does not show, which is fabulous. Alright, so we're going to set this to the side and we're going to assemble, let's assemble the front first. So remember, you took a 1/2 inch off the back, so this is the front. And what I did was I took some Grapefruit Grove and I took the Perfectly Polka Dots embossing folder and I embossed it. It's beautiful. I love it. It's just fun. I don't know, this card really screams summertime and fun with me. So we're going to take some snail and we're just going to put some snail on the back and we're going to put this card on the front here. So, and then I think I popped this up with dimensionals too, so let's make it happen. Now this card should be able to fit in regular envelope and it should be very easy to mail. But it looks super impressive. So we're gonna try, oh, that one's already done. Okay. So then you're just gonna sit this and it goes all the way from side to side, but the top to bottom. So there's the front, totally cool. All right, what you're gonna do with this piece is you're gonna lay it like this. You're gonna heavily glue up. And I would recommend wet glue for this because you want to be able to have some wiggle room in case things don't line up right or appropriately or whatever. Did I do that wrong? Shit, I did it wrong. Okay, so one thing you want to pay attention to, which I totally forgot to do, is how the card's going to lay. So it should lay in there. I didn't do it right. It's going to lay backwards, and it's not going to go. So, and I totally screwed up. Okay. Okay. I knew I was having a really bad day and really confused, and I am. Okay, so what you're going to want to do. So the front part's fine. Everything that we did, perfect. So the back part, you do not want to color and stamp and do all the pretty stuff on this part of the card. Okay? You want to do it on this part of the card, okay? So all I did was take my screw up and I cut it off, okay? And I'm going to attach that piece here, okay? I hope I'm not confusing too many people because I'm already confused as it is. So just going to glue that piece on here. Yeah. I had to double check myself. We can still make a pretty card. So what I had to do is I had to recut a piece of Whisper White in the 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it again at the 5 1/2, 6 and 1/2 inch. Okay, so I just made a new one of these pieces. Okay, so that's our screw up for today. I'm sure there's gonna be many more. Like I said, I'm not doing too good today. Trying my best, but totally confused. Okay, just gonna cut off that little bit of excess. Now we can do what I was gonna do. I'm gonna fold this, the half one. I'm gonna burnish this nice and good. And then I'm gonna burnish this one. Good. I hope this doesn't confuse too many people out there. Just screwed up. We all screw up in crafting. It's just paper. So, no, it's just paper and we can move on. So, you have health issues or things going on, it doesn't mean that you can't craft too. And actually, I screwed up again. So, how do we like this? Alright, so when I did cut out the center part, for whatever reason, it ripped. So, I don't know. Alright, so the 1/2 inch piece is going to go here. Okay, and we're going to glue this up. And I recommend the wet glue because it's going to let you move it a little bit. So, some generous amount of the wet glue if I can get it out. The only problem with this wet glue is just let it sit out with the cap. You can't get anything out. Just put a little pin in it, I guess. Okay, let's put some wet glue. That's a lot now. Okay. We're gonna stick this and you're gonna wanna butt it right up to the top. Make sure the sides are good, right up to the top and to the sides, and then you're going to fold it over and let it catch. Okay? Let it catch. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to put a ton of glue on it, so that's why we don't want to decorate this piece, because we're going to be putting glue on it. And you're going to put this right up to this here. Let that catch. Okay. Let it help it out. Figure out what it's doing. Then, now that I have it the right way, I can put the best wishes on there. I keep stamping that in the wrong place. So let's stamp it in the right place. Let's put the best wishes where we need to go. And I don't think that's going to come out right. Ugh, it's too thick on the one end. Yeah. Okay, let's restamp that up. It's gonna be tricky now that it's all together, but and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see me do this, but stamp best wishes in there. Perfect. All right. So then, and I like this one a lot better because it's a thicker card than the original one, and it's got the blue. So best wishes, really pretty. You can write your message up here or even on the back if you want. And here's the original one with the lovely lipstick instead of the blue. And it came out pretty good. And then this one, pretty good. So that is our shadow box card. And I think it turned out really well, other than the minor mishap that we had with the paper and me being really confused. So I hope you guys all have a really great day. I hope things go fabulously for you. And I can't wait to see you next time.